Winning can be a goal. For some, it's a dream. For others, it's a bonus. But for Cristiano Ronaldo, winning became something deeper, an addiction. Not the reckless kind driven by ego, but the disciplined kind fueled by purpose. Across England, Spain, Italy, and on the grandest European nights, one truth followed him everywhere: he did not just want to compete in Europe, he wanted to conquer it. This is the story of the mindset that refused to be satisfied, the mentality that turned ambition into domination, and the obsession that reshaped modern European football. Long before the Champions League anthem echoed through packed stadiums, Ronaldo was a boy in Madeira chasing a ball with unusual intensity. There was no glamour, no cameras, no promises, but there was something unmistakable: he hated losing. Even as a child, defeat lingered with him. It wasn't about pride alone, it was about standards. If he lost, it meant he had more to build. At 12 years old, he left home to join Sporting CP in Lisbon. That decision required emotional courage. Leaving family at such a young age demands maturity beyond years. Lisbon brought competition at a higher level. Every player there had talent. Every player dreamed big, but Ronaldo treated every training session like a trial. If he lost a sprint, he repeated it. If he missed shots, he stayed late. Improvement wasn't optional, it was daily discipline. His move to Manchester United marked the first true test of whether ambition could survive pressure. The Premier League was unforgiving. Physical defenders, fast transitions, relentless scrutiny from media and fans. Early on, he was criticized. Too many tricks, too flashy, not efficient enough. In England, flair without productivity is not admired for long. Instead of resisting the criticism, he absorbed it. He built muscle, he strengthened his core, he refined his finishing. He transformed from a promising winger into a decisive forward. Under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance, he began understanding something critical: talent attracts attention, but productivity earns respect. By 2007-08, he wasn't just improving, he was dominating. Goals came consistently. Performances in Europe grew commanding. Manchester United lifted the Champions League trophy. He won the Ballon d'Or. For many players, that would have been enough. But addiction to winning doesn't allow comfort. His transfer to Real Madrid carried unprecedented expectations. A record fee, global spotlight, a club where history is measured in European cups. In Madrid, greatness is not celebrated, it is demanded. The Champions League is not ambition, it is obligation. And Ronaldo thrived in that environment. Season after season, his numbers in Spain defied logic. 40 goals became standard, 50 felt reachable, 60 became reality. But what defined his European conquest were the nights that truly mattered: knockout rounds, semi-finals, finals. When tension tightened and margins narrowed, he elevated. He scored decisive goals in quarterfinals. Delivered hat-tricks under pressure. Converted penalties when silence filled stadiums. He treated pressure as energy. The bigger the occasion, the sharper his focus. The Champions League became synonymous with his name. Records fell. Appearances in finals multiplied. Titles accumulated. But beneath every historic night was preparation invisible to the public. Ronaldo approached football scientifically, nutrition calculated carefully, recovery structured precisely, ice baths endured consistently, sleep protected rigorously. While others celebrated late into the night, he reset for the next challenge. Victory was not a destination, it was momentum. His winning addiction was not emotional chaos. It was structured obsession. When he entered his 30s, critics predicted decline. Football history is filled with examples of players fading once physical peaks pass. But Ronaldo anticipated time. He adjusted his role, transitioned from explosive winger to intelligent central striker, reduced unnecessary sprints, mastered positioning in the penalty area. He didn't fight aging blindly. He adapted strategically. His aerial ability became lethal. Timing perfected. His understanding of defensive movement deepened. Efficiency replaced excess. He no longer needed to outrun everyone. He needed to outthink them. The move to Juventus proved his conquest wasn't system-dependent. Italian football emphasizes tactical discipline and defensive organization. Yet goals continued. Influence remained. He carried elite standards into the dressing room. Younger players observed his routines closely. Training intensity rose around him. Winning addiction spreads through example. International football presented a different type of pressure. Representing Portugal meant carrying national expectation. Early tournament disappointments were painful. Doubt intensified. Could he conquer Europe with his country as he did with his clubs? In 2016, Portugal won the European Championship. That victory symbolized resilience. Even when injury forced him off the pitch in the final, he remained emotionally invested, urging teammates on from the sidelines. Leadership transcended physical presence. Conquering Europe was not only about club trophies. It was about fulfilling national ambition. Across England, Spain, Italy, and Portugal, one pattern never shifted: Ronaldo's standards remained relentless. He did not allow previous success to lower future demands. Every season restarted at zero in his mind. That is the essence of addiction to winning. Satisfaction is temporary. Teammates frequently describe the same habits. First to arrive at training. Last to leave. Strict diet, structured recovery, focused preparation before big matches. He never relied on reputation. He relied on routine. Even emotionally, his intensity reveals itself. Frustration after missed chances. Passion in celebration. Accountability in defeat. Indifference never existed in his vocabulary. European football culture values legacy built over time. Not just talent, but consistency. Not just brilliance, but endurance. Ronaldo conquered Europe not in a single season, but across multiple eras. He adapted to different tactical systems, different teammates, different leagues, different expectations. Through it all, his mindset stayed anchored to improvement. Critics have debated comparisons endlessly. But debates fade. What remains are nights under European floodlights where his influence was undeniable. Winning addiction doesn't mean arrogance. It means relentless standards. It means measuring yourself against history, not convenience. It means demanding more when others relax. And perhaps that is why his impact extends beyond statistics. Young players across Europe now prioritize recovery, study nutrition, understand professionalism differently. The standard shifted. Ronaldo did not merely score goals in Europe. He raised its expectations. From Manchester's roaring stadiums to Madrid's iconic nights. From Turin's disciplined battles to Portugal's historic triumph. The same force drove him forward: dissatisfaction with average. Winning was never enough once. It had to be repeated, expanded, defended, protected. That is the mindset that conquered Europe. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey proves that obsession, when controlled and disciplined, becomes dominance. That ambition, when paired with relentless work, becomes legacy. That greatness is not a moment of brilliance, it is a sustained refusal to settle. He didn't just compete in Europe. He mastered it. And he did so because winning, for him, was never optional. It was identity.